Hi, welcome to Solomon Says, a division of Hebrew Wizards. I'm here to teach you everything that you need to know about being Jewish so that you too can become a wizard. Hi, I made this board just for you. Israel is real. So, founded in 1948, Israel became a state, and all because of Theodor Herzl, who had a dream, and his dream was to make a Jewish homeland for the Jewish people. And Zionism is the idea that all Jews have a homeland for themselves. Israel has some facts that I'd like to go over with you. First of all, it's located in the continent of Asia, but the Sinai borders are in the continent of Africa. So it's a little confusing. We always found it a little confusing because it's almost in both continents, but it's not. It is in the continent of Asia. It was founded, as we talked about, in 1948 on the 5th of Iyar, 5708 in the Hebrew calendar. So we have the Prime Minister is Benjamin Netanyahu, and the President is Shimon Peres, and it is now July 2012. So if you see this video and that's not happening, then you'll look at who the new current Prime Minister would be. The population of Israel as a whole is almost 8 million people, and almost 6 million is the Jewish population alone. And you can have an idea of the magnitude of that amount of people. In the Holocaust, which is World War II, 6 million Jews died in the Holocaust. So that's approximately the entire population of Israel was perished. So Jews around the world, there's only 13 million Jews all over the world, and which is not a very, very big amount, and it's probably less than 2% of the population of all the world. The Arab population in Israel is 2 million. So there's the major political parties. We have the Likud and the Labor, and the Kadima Party, which was founded by Sharon in 2005. Some of the special products of Israel are dates and olives and nuts and wonderful Jaffa oranges. Sometimes you can find beautiful diamonds and opals. They're known for timber and clay, and really, really known for their high-tech technology. So some of the ethnic groups, how many people were born Israeli? 70% were born in Israel, and 21% have immigrated from other places like Europe and America, and 10% has come from Asia and Africa. So what countries surround Israel? We've got Egypt on the southwest border, and Jordan on the eastern side. We have Lebanon on the northeast, and Syria in the north. And the Mediterranean Sea is all the way in the west. Covers a lot of the area and borders a lot of the wonderful cities of Israel. The official language in Israel is Hebrew, and some other dialects in Arabic is spoken by some of the Arabs there, but the main language is Hebrew. The unit of money right now, and always, has been the shekel, and approximately, it is 4 shekels to $1. So, how much would each shekel be worth if 4 shekels equal $1? Why don't you get back to me and let me know what your answer is. Importing from the US, we have 15%, and Belgium is 10%. Those are the major importers. And the export, we give a lot to the United States and to Belgium. And we've always had some land disagreements. We still have the same fighting going on with the Gaza Strip and the West Bank and the Golan Heights. So those are areas that we'll talk about on our Israel map that still cause some strife in the land of Israel. The elevation extremes. The Dead Sea in all of the world is the lowest point in the world. And the highest is in Har Meron. There are different religions in Israel, and it's a home of all different religions. And we pride ourselves on Israel and Jerusalem. Jerusalem means Ir Shalom. That's the city of peace, and we hope that one day we will have peace. But 75% of the people are Jewish, and 20% are Muslim, 3% are Christian, and there's about 2% that are other. So let's go to some of the did you knows. First of all, Israel is known as the land of milk and honey. In the Torah, it describes it as a land that is sweet and is flowing with milk and honey. Did you know that kibbutzim, which are groups living together, are working farms sharing everything that they own together? And there's almost 300 kibbutzim in Israel. And the first one was formed even before Israel became a state. It was formed in 1901. Jews from all over the world, they come to the Western Wall. And that is actually facing east. It's kind of ironic. Western Wall facing east. So we face east. And this is a wall. It's the last remaining wall of the second temple that was built by King Herod. And we respect that, and we pray there as our resting point and our prayer point of putting some sweet notes of thoughts and prayers and good wishes in the stones there. And it is called the Western Wall. Israel, as we were talking about, has one of the largest diamond trade centers in the world. And it has the second largest fleet of fighter jets in the world. Golda Meir, if you remember, she was the first woman prime minister, and she was known as the face of Israel. And there are many famous Jewish scientists in Israel. And I hear that one of the famous Jewish scientists actually lived in Israel, was the first one to create the cell phone. Let's go over to some of the sites in Israel. If you were traveling to Israel, you would want to definitely see the Dome of the Rock, which is the third holiest Muslim site in the world. And it's located in Israel, and you can't miss it. It's right behind the Western Wall, and you would see this beautiful golden arc. And it is beautiful, and you can't miss it. It's a great sight to see. The first temple was built by King Solomon. And as we just talked about, the second temple was built by King Herod. And we call it the Hak Hotel, and that means the wall. And it's the last remaining wall where you write notes for hope and peace. Yad Vashem is the Holocaust Museum to honor the 6 million Jews that died. And that's something you definitely want to see. And you don't want to miss that, because it's really a wonderful memory that we can learn a lot from. The Arab-Israeli market is the largest exotic shopping for bargains. It's great because if you want to go and buy some unique wear, you actually can sit there and talk to them a little bit about pricing. There's no fixed pricing there, and they might give you a good bargain there. Tel Aviv is filled with universities and tall buildings and discos and beaches. It's really a very popular city, and it's a great way to enjoy. If you want to take the subway system, you would take it, and it's called the Carmelite. And in Haifa, it's a wonderful place to travel back and forth. Mount Carmel National Park is the largest forest in Israel. So if you like hiking and you like going around and doing some nature-filled things, that might be something to check out. Ein Gedi is the beautiful oasis in the desert. You don't want to miss that. And the Dead Sea, as we talked about, is so salty that you actually can float if you go there. And I recommend you going to Mount Masada to see Mount Masada, which is over here, and then go over to see the Dead Sea. and maybe even put some of that mud on you that is filled with wonderful minerals and oils that is right from the Dead Sea. There's the Gulf of Aqaba that is located in the Red Sea and divides the 4 countries of Egypt, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and Israel. It's really kind of that unique point. Masada, where we were talking about, that's where 960 Jews died to stand up to the Romans. They said that we will never ever be slaves again. We will never not be free, and we'd rather die than to be free. And so Masada is a symbol of freedom for us. The Negev means dried out, and it's Israel's largest desert. And I know you've heard of Bethlehem, and many people know that Jesus was born there, and it's a holy city for all religions. There's tunnels beneath the city of David, and maybe you want to ride a camel and eat in a Bedouin tent. But don't forget to see the Herzl Museum. It's wonderful. It's very interactive, and it's one of my favorite museums of all times. The Theodor Herzl, if you remember, he was a wonderful, wonderful man that had a dream, and he was the founder of Zionism and the belief that Jewish people should have a homeland. So let's go through some popular expressions in Hebrew. There's so many, but I wrote a few of them out. So, mitzuyan, if you want to say excellent. And if you want to ask how much is that, you would say kama ze oleh. How much is that? And if you want to be cool and say life is good and I'm feeling quite amazing right now, you would say sababa. And if you want to say you're the best, you would say ein alecha. And let's say you want to say, what's new? What's happening? You would say, ma chodesh? Ma chodesh? And if you're saying, I'm thirsty, which happens a lot because Israel's a little hot, you might want to say, ani sami. I am thirsty. And what about, how's the weather? You would say, ich bachutz. How's the weather? And if you want to say great, like amazing, this is awesome, you would say achla. So those are just some expressions. And there's so much more, but we wrote just a few of them down for you. Let's go over to the cities of Israel. We gave you some high points of some of the neat cities to see. Jerusalem, as we were talking about, is Ir Shalom. It's a combination word. So Ir means city and Shalom is peace, and it's a city of peace, and we hope that there always will be the city of peace as we congregate so many different religions. It's the capital of Israel and of all religions. And Tel Aviv means hill of spring and is Israel's largest and most modern city located on the sea. Haifa means beautiful city, and it's also on the Mediterranean Sea, and it is the largest port. And it imports and exports goods. And when we do our virtual Israel trip, which if you don't get to go to Israel, you get to do a virtual trip, you might want to do some tasting in Haifa of all the wonderful foods that might be imported from all the different places and exported as well. Eilat, remember I was telling you, don't forget to visit Masada on the way. And it's the southernmost city in Israel. And enjoy the water sports and all the beaches that might be found. It's really fantastic, and we love it a lot. So Eilat is a great place. Some of the places that my family's taken has been going to Petra, which is in Jordan, and it's right outside of Eilat and one of the wonders of the world. Petra is one of the wonders of the world, and I would recommend spending the whole day there. Wear comfortable shoes and hike around, and maybe take a couple camel rides and some donkey rides, but it's lots of fun. And if Egypt is being a little bit more peaceful, we had an opportunity of going to the Sinai Desert, and we climbed Mount Sinai at sunrise, just like Moses did. And it was really a special, special thing to be able to do that. And we hope that you enjoy that if you have a chance to do that. Israel is real, because when you go there or you have a virtual trip, you want to make it so real that you can taste it and feel it and be there. Because we're so lucky to have Theodor Herzl have that dream. We're so lucky to have the State of Israel. That's 1948, founded in 1948, and it's 64 years old right now. And we're really, really excited to be a part of this time where we get to visit Israel. Maybe you're going to go for a bar mitzvah, maybe you go for a wedding, maybe you'll just visit with your family. But it's really a special place, and I hope that this board comes in handy when you're thinking about your next trip to Israel. We'll see you next time on Solomon Says.
I wanna be a wizard.